Hello everyone, my name is Figgy People, and today we're going to talk about what if Deku was had a stand. The final, because I don't want to do the series no more, I want to work on new ones. Alright, so we left our story off with Deku annihilating. Now we ain't going to talk about how he just crippled Stain. Okay. Okay. So he just starts beating him up, like, hard. And then, yeah, just leave the whole situation. Dun dun dun. Chop! Okay. So they just murder him. Takes a jog, a nice little jog. Bum bum. Yeah. So we're gonna go into the overall arc now. So SGM is the stand name of Deku's. And of course, from the art you see, is that he's looking a bit more JoJo style looking. He's fabulous. It's like, and he walks away. And they walk. Well, Deku, of course, accepts. Actually, I think he would accept a workplace with the Dragon Hero. Yeah, let's say that. From the heroes. But, okay. Now he's working with the Dragon Lady. Then afterwards, he says, I'll go look around for any trouble. Hero doesn't care. He goes. Then afterwards, punch, 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 punch. He's punching a wall. Well, then, Sir Night-Eye appears, says, stop punching my walls. Just keeps staring at him. He keeps staring at him like, can you stop punching my walls for like 5 seconds? I'm trying to get work done. And then and then Sir Night fights Deku. But he's confused. What hits me? And since he's so confused, he grabs at SGM, which is what's it called? See, Queen. Slang. Slang. Skling. 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 Oh, I don't care. SGM. You guess what it means. SGM. And they just start handsing. Just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then Sonidar loses, of course. And afterwards, Sonari asks him if he want to join them on a raid on a Yakuza. Weird question since I just beat your rat. Just slap. It just grabs his neck, chucks him, and just pops him. So you know that guy that like punches down the door and is about to hit one of the heroes? He catches that, punches him in the air, and then claps. Okay, so he punches the big guy in the air, charges a Aris and gun. He just makes a Rasengan and then chucks it at him, and then he gets knocked out, knocked straight down. So then he just runs in, no freaking regard. A person tries punching Deku, but instead of the stand appearing this time, it's actually Deku weaving it and then punching the guy's night lights out. Yeah, no, it's not just Deku's stand doing all the work, it's Deku doing some work. Alright. So he just keeps jogging through the place. He tries to cut him off. Rasengan explosion. Explosion. One second. Alright, Deku claps his ears. Claps his ears and just blows his eardrums out with the wind. Just not fair, bro. He just keeps and 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 just keeps walking. Then Deku just spins in the air, uses a stand-infused kick, busts down the door. Right after Mirio is getting his butt kicked. Okay. Okay. Whatever just happened. Deku just starts doing this. Just starts Superman flying towards him because of his stand. Just starts handsing. Just the best hands, bro. It's the dodge, the punch, the stand punch, then the punch in the air, and then the Uda. Well, I guess the crush. Yeah. Just crush. The crush. I guess the crush. The crush combo. And then doesn't kill him, but he does push him back. Mask, completely broken, but overall is mad, punches the ground, then makes a couple rumbles that try to pierce Deku. But, of course, my boy Deku was already on that virtue side shit, and made a couple air balls. They, flicked him at the thing, and they exploded. He just runs at him. Runs at him, kicks him. It's just a lot of Deku dodging, exploding his spikes of overhauls, and Overhaul's getting more frustrated. Well, until Ares about to get shot by the arrow. Instead of Mirio getting shot by the arrow, it's Deku catching the bullet. So you can't just have a stand that can't catch bullets. And he just breaks it. And he just bolts at him. But luckily, for Overhaul, he puts his hand on his buddy, then explodes. And then he turns into his ultimate form. Just a lot of punches. Just so many punches. And then Deku's just using palm strikes to deflect his attacks. It's a lot of attacks. And then he keeps upgrading his power because he has two other hands touching the ground. Overhaul. Overhaul has two hands touching the ground, and then it keeps adding on to new hands. But luckily, Deku has a stand, which is like fast, faster than Overhaul can move. So he has to keep adding stuff. So eventually, he gets Overhaul. But it would take a while, and no way Deku's just gonna let him do that. So Deku just has this even more stronger ability where now he can make one out of thin air. He doesn't need to put his hands together anymore. It just appears in front of him. Then Deku can grab it, turn into a ball, push him into Overall's face, and then he gets pushed back. And then Deku's stand disappears, then throws Deku, grabbing him by the leg, and then chucking my boy, like Iggy, after, you know, someone got over with Jotaro, got through him. Yeet! At the blind guy, Well, Overall can still see him, so he tries to attack him, but luckily his stand already made a thing for Deku to grab. Then Deku makes it into a shield. Okay, the ability is like he either can make really strong air pressure or 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 have a shield. And they just keep punch and he already deflects it with the shield. Then then he morphs the shield into a Baraka type blade from Mortal Kombat. Shanks him in the head. And then he just punches him. And he starts flying. Kick, 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 kick. You know how Theo started kicking Jotaro in the final battle? Yeah, it's basically like it's happening upwards. Eventually, Deku just kicks him outside the building. Overall, is getting really frustrated now. So he just touches the ground, then activates his friend's quirk, quotation marks on the friend part. Then he turns into the biggest creature I've ever seen. Bro, what the frick is that largeness? I. So Deku has no absolute way to defeat Overall now. I will say he is strong, but that's just bullcrap. You expect my boy with a stand that can make air stuff fight a giant? I don't think so. So Mirio appears with Aerie on his back, and then he goes 100% Mirio, and then Mirio takes out Overall. But obviously Deku doesn't just stand there when all for all Overhaul is about to do anything. Deku just stops him with his air pulses. And then he beats us. Overhaul didn't finish it. Mirio and Aerie did finish off Overhaul. Okay, so then Deku just picks up. Yeet. And then Deku puts his hand on Overhaul. And instead of Overhaul being able to live in this timeline, he still lives in this timeline. But Deku just makes him a crippled. Again. He makes an air bubble, then pushes it against his throat. And then now he's not unable to speak. And he can't, think as well as he used to. Because if you can't speak, then what do you think? I don't know. He's even more crippled. Okay, so he does put his hand on his forehead and his neck, and that makes him a complete crippled. Can't speak and can't even think. He can work his hands though. And then all for one, all overhaul, just sleep. And all for one is completely and mentally broken. And his quirk doesn't even work anymore. Then you just kick, 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 kick. That is the end of the overhaul arc, and the last arc that we have to cover now is, I guess, the All for One versus All Might fight now. Okay, I feel like Deku just picks him up and then just throws him. Tucks him. Deku then just picks him up and throws him. Throws him. Throws him. Why is he throwing him? Oh. I don't really want to cover the forest arc because everything happens the same. You know, I have to cover it because it's part of the story. Deku, when they get there, he's not like Deku puts like air balls under his hand and then just gets flown straight through the forest. Any trees in his way immediately obliterated. And he just flying straight through. Just completely and utterly beating him up. I. I. Okay, so he's chilling. Come here. A nap. Yeah. So, Deku's fine. He gets his dinner early. He goes to sleep early. He has more energy than the students, and now he works hard even more. And now he's even cooler than the rest. Let's go. My boy's strong. My boy's finally strong. Completely and utterly just is perfectly fine. Alright. No. Just punching him in the face. Well, then we just get to the... Well, of course, Koda wasn't able to punch Deku in the balls when he's there early and everything is normal. He just awakens. Alright. Yeah. But he still knows where Koda chills at. Koda appears, and Muscular appears and behind Koda. And Deku just screams his head off. Cause like, ah! That boy is so large. He just flies straight for him. And then my boy just starts flying. Deku just starts flying towards the mountain and then just cuts straight through Muscular. And Muscular just dies. He just completely and utterly dies. 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 Yeah, he just dies. No other explanation. He just jogs away. Oh, that's the end. Deku just kills him. Koda picks him up. Then appears, puts him down. And he appears again. It just kills everyone. Just kills all of them. Just kills all of them. All of them. All of them. Killed all of them. Just kills them. Kill, 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 kill. Well, Deku just appears, takes out all the League villains, somehow get Bakugo. Deku already knows where they are because he's that big of brain. Appears, starts just beating the crap out of them. But All For One shows up, blows up the place. He just rolls out of the building with Bakugo. Where that? And cut to All Might yelling at him. So Deku doesn't know what to do. I just Bakugo. And they think of a cool little combo they can do. Their combo is Deku screams really hard. Just incredibly hard, and then he starts sweating. Bakugo starts sweating incredibly hard. Jumps in front of Deku. Then he makes himself a nuke. But mid when he's trying to make himself a nuke, Deku already made a giant airball and then pushed Bakugo towards All For One. All For One was too distracted with All Might, and then just gets hit with a nuke. I like how he gets up. He's completely and utterly burnt, and he can't even breathe. So he's trying to breathe. Deku just pulls up with the Deku runs up on All For One and just says, "Die." And he's just about to explode. And then he's about to explode. Just starts killing him. Just kills him. Picks him. No head. Okay. Here's your neck. Snap. Alright. I just wanted to say Deku appears, pulls up an airball, puts it in All For One's mouth, makes him swallow it, and then All For One is just obliterated. He's spinned so badly, like Valentine. He tries to regenerate. No. Screw your regeneration. You're staying. You're gonna not stop spinning until All For One just gives up his will, and then he just dies. And he just kills him. He kills All For One. Just from sheer willpower. It was absolutely amazing. And that is the end of, he sits down, cries, because he's in so much pain, and then puts a thumb up with his stand. They're both doing thumbs up, and they do thumbs up, and then we cut to a couple minutes later. Then he gets up, flexes his chest, and says, "That hurt." Well, I hope y'all liked What If Deku had a stand, the final part, and like and subscribe. I have to do that, or I won't get anything from this except giving people happiness. Not happiness. Ugh. Give people entertainment, but that would be fun to give people entertainment. Alright, see ya.